Libra, you've entered the house of Sigils. Welcome in. Today's reading will be for Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for Libra. Begin by dividing the deck in half. Left side will be the yin energy, top and bottom. Right hand deck will be for the yang energy, both top and bottom of the deck. And at the end, we'll pull you a Norse magic oracle card and a Nordic rune. This is the Norse NUANCE series. Libra, let's see what's going on. Death, the transformation. Shedding of skin. Stepping from one aspect into a new. Not a negative card at all. Actually can be quite positive. Leaving the old behind. Let's take a little deeper dive into the death card. Scorpio energy. Death and resurrection, transformation. Becoming free of the old ensnarements and external exchanges. The death card generally points to a radical external transformation, something in your surroundings, either a job or your appearance or a relationship or a living situation. So whichever this is for you, Libra, we will be looking for a bit of clarity. Let's take a look at what you are experiencing outwardly. What your effect is on others and how you're influencing your environment. We have the Prince of Discs. So a very earthy card. We have the Heir of Earth. This is someone who is dedicated to the cause. Very consistent, very driven, very forward-moving. Usually has a very clear vision of what the future is. And perhaps this clear vision is driving this transformation process for you. The Prince of Discs, or the Prince of Pentacles. Earth energy. The airy aspect of Earth. Mastery of structure, design, architecture, great energy in dealings with the material, unshakable prudence, meditation, and physical activity. So the princess can be a person in your life, but they can also be an ideal. They can also represent yourself. I'm getting the image, and I'm picking up on someone in your general vicinity that is making external transformations in your home possibly, or your business. Or perhaps you are digging into some sort of physical, earthly transformation yourself with the Prince of Discs. Let's take a look at which you're receptive and open to. This would be which people, energies, and events that you are attracting. We have the Lust card, which in traditional Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot is the Strength card. We have fiery Leo energy, this being very close to the cusp of Leo, the end of Leo season. Receptive to that internal fire, or those things that give you that internal fire, right? You can see that she's riding upon this beast, and Crowley represented this as Babylon, meaning that the universe, representing that the universe always says yes, right? And so it's depicted as a woman. The card is depicted as a woman saying yes to this sort of seven-headed beast that Crowley depicted as himself. But the idea behind it all is that the universe always says yes. The universe is always backing and supporting you in your material endeavors for this transformation to take place. Let's look a little deeper into the Lust card. So this is Leo, passion, multidimensional creativity, talent, strength, integration of animalistic energies, and overcoming old fears and conditionings. Right? It can represent a sort of divine intoxication or a divine ecstasy, or even a madness in that creativity. And I can't help but wonder now, as we paint this picture, are you actively creating something artistic? Are you actively building something? Are you actively painting something? Are you actively sculpting something? Are you actively bringing a business into fruition? Are you digging into tarot? Are you digging into the esoteric arts? Sort of bringing that transformative creativity into the material world to create that transformation that you have been trying to manifest, right? That you've been trying to bring into the world. You obviously, with the Lust card, are ready for anything that comes your way, right? You are ready to accept everything that comes your way, able to move through everything with a deep sensitivity and awareness and love. But it also comes with the question, what areas of your life would you like to live out more fully, right? Maybe you've been sort of, in the reverse aspect, stuck in this materialistic rut and are looking for a change, and the creativity is asking you to release it and asking you to dig in and figure out what that is. Let's take a look at the key. So this could be a way around or a way to overcome the situation. The Queen of Cups, the watery aspect of water. This is asking, I always liken this to, as you can see in the card, she's sort of carrying this bundle, right? She's carrying this baby, these deep emotions that she's ready to present to the world. You can see that the whole card is covered in this aspect of water, and you can see that her face is veiled here. And there's a stork at the base, and she holds the lotus. But everything is being reflected twofold, threefold, fourfold in her emotions. And I can't help but think that, is this active creative endeavor looking for the emotional aspect that needs to be brought into fruition for this transformation? So bringing all your creativity to bear, realizing that you have emotions that need to be poured into it. And perhaps you process emotion, Libra, through creativity. Perhaps you process these endeavors through in this direction, and perhaps it needs the emotions need the vehicle of creativity to be brought into the world and to be transformed. Let's get you a Norse magic oracle. Now this deck has already been shuffled. I'm just going to pull one straight from the middle. And we'll see what comes up. So we have Frigg. Frigg. Let's read about Frigg and see if it fits. Frigg, all weaving, all spinning, holding the thread with the power of the heart. From the center springs the love of life, and you give it away generously by the fire of your home. So, associations with this card, Frigg, are partnership, love, guardian, hearthfire, spinning wheel, and mother. Perhaps you've had a recent addition to your family. And perhaps this is the creativity and the transformation that you're looking for. Perhaps the family is being transformed through that creativity and giving those emotions a vehicle through the hearth fire, through the spinning wheel, through the mother. The significant goddess of the Aesir is the patron wife of Odin and the mother of Balder, or Hoder, and Hermodr, among others. To avert the predicated death of her son Balder, she sets everything in motion and takes an oath, almost to all beings and things of the world, to spare him. Despite all her efforts, she is ultimately unable to prevent Balder's tragic death. But even here, she does not stop acting, but sends Hermodr to the realm of the dead, Helheim, to bring Balder back from there, a mother through and through. Her insignia includes a falcon's crest, a golden chariot, pulled by 2 white cats, in which lynxes are assumed the wild big cats of local regions, and a spinning wheel. Much seems to resemble Freya, which is why they are often equated. However, she is the patron goddess of marriage and motherhood, and is said to bring lovers together in her palace, Fensal, or Fensir. Also, through her own marriage and motherhood, a strong motif of her myth. She is a companion and faithful lover with a strong connection to the household and the hearth. It is said that she weaves the clouds with her spinning wheel filled with magic. In the second Merseburg spell in the 8th century AD, she appears under her southern Germanic name Frigga, and her epithet Hula leads some to rumor that she is Frau Holle, or Mother Hulda. Her magic is ancient, and she comes powerfully unto your life today, to remind you of the importance of your closest connections and how much love we can weave. She helps you make your home a place of power for yourself and for others. Feel inside yourself right now if a family member needs you, or needs your help, or your closeness right now. So that really ties in with this Queen of Cups, this deep dive into the emotions of the home, the hearth, of motherhood, and speaks a lot about this portrayal of Babylon, how the universe is portrayed in Crowley's efforts as to say yes to everything, or the mother that says yes to the needing child. Let's get you a rune. Give the bag its whirl here. We'll drop it on the reading and see where it lands. And so we have Awas. The runes are quite new to me, but I find them absolutely fascinating and enchanting. So, Uwas, actually pronounced, as in the U, or the bow and the arrow. Transition. That would definitely go along with the death card. Uwas is a rune of transition, representing the U, a tree of life and death. Its presence here signals a major transition close at hand, even that your life may be touched by death. But do not be unduly alarmed. The death may be symbolic, a dying into life. That marks a shift into a more profound state of being. For Uwas is also a tree of the unending cycle of death and renewal. It could be very much that this has something to do with your home life now that it's all unfolded. It's interesting, the beginning of the read, how that beginning sort of morphs and changes and evolves into a clear picture. And a lot of readers will just lay the cards down and interpret the picture, but I like to go one by one. So it's a surprise to me, and it's a surprise to you as well. So very much some aspects of hearth and home and emotion with the Queen of Cups. But a transformation and transition happening. Perhaps this is a new child that you've brought into the home. Perhaps this is even an adoption, or a child that doesn't necessarily come from your lineage or your bloodline. But an interesting and fascinating read nonetheless. Libra, leave a comment in the description if anything resonated with you. If not, just go ahead and leave it. Like, comment, and subscribe. It does help the channel. It is a brand new growing channel. And remember to keep your sigil of protection close at hand should the darkness decide to answer your call.